Gender inequality can be described as unequal treatment or perceptions of individuals based solely on gender. In the United States today, citizens are facing this injustice particularly through wage differences and education, perhaps due to the lack of equal representation. Aiming to close this wage gap would not only help women feel more confident in their abilities, but it would also break the gender stereotype that men must be the sole providers for economic income. By breaking these stereotypes, men and women will be able to work together and treat each other with respect. In order to accomplish this, though, men and women need to recognize that the wage gap is an inequality that our society faces today.
The gender wage gap is an inequality that has existed for decades. However, there have been minimal changes in the earnings ratio since 2007. This is incredibly important because nearly a decade later, women are still not paid the same wage as men for doing the same work. How many decades will pass before women gain equality in pay?
In 2015 alone, women working full-time in the United States typically were paid just 80% of what their male counterparts were paid, a gap of 20%. At the rate of change between 1960 and 2015, women are expected to reach pay equity with men in 2059. Along with the existing gap, after reaching age 35, women typically earn about 74 to 82% of what men are paid.
Not only are women receiving less pay for completing the same task as men, but they are also using these low wages to pay for higher education in order to attain higher paying jobs. Today, women are more likely to attend graduate programs than men, but still face inequality in the workforce when they are more qualified than their male counterparts.
Beginning in the 1970s, the number of young women with college degrees escalated quickly by nearly doubling from 14 to 36%, while men's completion rates declined. The White House Council of Economic Advisors reports that although women are earning higher education degrees and making up a larger portion of the country's workforce, they are consistently earning less than men. This creates a serious pay gap between the sexes, even when they have similar levels of education. Even with graduating with a higher education degree, women are forced to pay back school expenses with their low-income wages.
Clearly, there is an injustice occurring between men and women associated with the wage gap in higher education. In order to combat this gender inequality, it is imperative that we take action. Here are some ways that you can get involved to help solve this problem.
Number 1. Spread awareness. The gender wage gap is real and a serious problem. Get involved by joining an organization like the American Association of University Women, who works to gain equality for women and girls across the world, especially in the wage gap. They've created a program called the Salary Negotiation Program, which aims to educate women about their market worth based on their skills, experience, performance, qualifications, and responsibilities on the job, and provides these women with the tools and business strategies they need to successfully negotiate for fair pay in their career.
Number 2, encourage our youth to overcome the gender stereotypes. If we want girls to believe they can become anything they want, including president or vice president of the United States, then we need to work diligently by providing support and inspiration to help them envision those dreams. The organization She Should Run has partnered with Barbie to release the first ever President and Vice President Barbie to help young girls envision those possibilities of leadership from a young age. You can help support the Girls Leadership Program by sharing the You Can Be a Leader activity guide to a young girl who you want to inspire.
Number 3. Get involved and run. Ready to Run is a nonpartisan campaign training program that encourages women to run for elective office or get involved in public life in other ways. CAWP's model curriculum covers fundraising, positioning oneself for elected office, the nuts and bolts of organizing a campaign, and mobilizing voters.
And number 4, recognize that stereotypes strengthen injustice among both genders. Men are held to the stereotype of being the primary income of the family, while women are held to the stereotype of being the primary caretakers of the family. If men and women work together to close the wage gap and break these stereotypes, society will reap the benefits.